Hello everyone. Now, you must have received the kit and eagerly waiting to perform the activities. Before we start today's activities, let us discuss few things. Now, you all are sitting at home and enjoying your family life with your parents. What you need basically? We need food, we need shelter, and we need clothes. Oh, what happened? I forgot the electricity. We need electricity. Once in your textbook you must have learned we need three basic things. I am referring to humans when we say we. But electricity is one of the important thing that we need today. Imagine your life without electricity. What will happen? You cannot use lifts, you cannot charge your cell phones, there will be no television, no computer, no laptop, no bulbs. Your life will go back to more than 250 or 300 years. So, the electricity which we are using, from where it is coming from? Have you ever thought? This electricity is coming from, answer yourself. So, your answer will be it is generating from windmill, it is coming from hydroelectric power plants, solar energy, atomic energy power plants. So, electricity is coming to our home from different sources. But do you really know the electricity which you are getting at your home is coming from where? You must be living in different parts of the world or cities in India. Just check your electricity bill. Who is electricity service provider? And from where they are getting electricity? As I mentioned earlier, we are generating electricity with different sources. And electricity has become the most essential need or part of our life, without which you cannot imagine your life. Now, we will see how this electricity is generated. So, the points you referred, wind energy, tidal energy, hydro energy, solar energy, these all are renewable energy sources. When I say renewable energy sources, what does it mean? Renewable means first thing they are getting at free of cost to you. If you are using solar energy, sun will not send energy bill to you. Only thing you need an interface device or a solar panel to convert solar energy into electrical form of energy. If you are using wind energy, you should have a windmill. Now let us see an example. Now I have this model of windmill. Now in actual windmill, when you put windmill on high mountains, the fan rotates with the help of wind and electricity is generated, and that electricity is sent to your transformer, substations, and then it reaches to your home. Let us check how electricity is getting generated. Now instead of fan, what the assembly here is, we have artificial fan which will throw air on this fan. So this is our windmill, a tower windmill, where this blade is connected to generator. Let us see the working. Now wind is moving and this fan started moving, and you can see here the electricity generated through this windmill. With that electricity we are glowing the LED bulbs. Now again I am switching off this main fan, bulbs are off. So what exactly happens? Here you have a generator. Now as this generator, shaft of the generator is moving with the help of wind energy, that is why we called it as a wind energy or electricity from wind. Now this dynamo, instead of this fan, if you put a turbine, for example, just a minute. Now instead of this fan, if you put a turbine here and water is falling on this turbine, this again will generate electricity. If you put anything, if you put, you must have seen bicycle dynamo, where you paddle your bicycle With the help of that paddle, this shaft rotates. So basically this part of the generator, or this is called actually a generator, wherein this shaft moves in something that we will see, and when it moves, it generates electricity, and that electricity we use for different purposes. Today we will be making one model that I referred earlier, that if we put a turbine here, water will fall from height on this will move and electricity will be generated. Now let us see how we can do this, but before that we have to see the interior structure of this dynamo. What exactly is inside the generator? What produces the electricity? What makes, when the shaft moves, what exactly happens inside the generator? If we talk about hydroelectric power plants, that anyway we are going to make a model later. Now let us see another model. Now here we can see the interior structure of any generator. You can see two magnets and a copper coil inside the magnetic field, and this copper coil is connected with one shaft. Now you can move this shaft by any mean, by wind, by hydro, or any mean of you are moving this shaft, and when this copper coil moves in magnetic field, it produces current. Now as we can see, this is moving in the magnetic field. As fast it moves, it generates electricity, and that current produced in the due to this movement we can see in this galvanometer. So this is how, when shaft moves in the magnetic field with the copper wire, it generates current, and this is nothing but electricity. Electricity is nothing but a flow of electrons. So when this shaft moves in any magnetic field, it generates electricity. We are going to see a model of hydroelectricity wherein we will move this coil with the help of water or flowing water. You just saw a coil moves in magnetic field which generates current. Now our today's kit is electricity from flowing water. Now flowing water, how we can get a force of flowing water? The best thing is with gravitation, natural flow. So we know all that about water cycle. When it rains, water starts flowing from mountains, forms streams and streams into rivers, and when rivers are flowing to a lower plane, they have speed, water has speed. But many a times we cannot put hydroelectric power plant on such water streams because of uncertainty of water flow. So the best thing is we have water reservoirs or dams, where we store water from different rivers or on different rivers. So once water is stored in the dam, definitely you must have seen a picture of dam, or you might have visited any dam. So it has a wall. So the river water we stop with the wall, and wall has certain height. The reservoir or the dam water, we open a gate from the height, and that water starts flowing due to gravity with very high speed towards ground. We divert that water stream through a tube that is called as a penstock, and when that penstock goes and hit the turbine moves with very high velocity, and as you saw earlier, that turbine is connected with a shaft, and that shaft is moving inside the dynamo which generates electricity. Now we have very high percentage of amount of share or contribution of hydroelectric power plant in our day-to-day consumption of electricity. Whatever electricity we are using in the world, most of the portion is given by hydroelectric power plants. In India, we have very good hydroelectric power plants. If you are in Maharashtra, you must have heard about Koyna water dam, where we have hydroelectric power plant station, or Tehri on Bhagirathi river in Uttarakhand, basically the largest dam, and also it comes with the very high capacity of electricity generation. The capacity of Tehri dam is around more than 2000 megawatt. That is very big amount of electricity that dam is producing. But if you talk about hydroelectric power plant in the world, earlier in Brazil, Paraguay, there is a dam whose electricity generation capacity was around more than 15,000 megawatt, whereas the largest dam in the world is built by in Hubei place in China, that is Three Gorges Dam. It's the biggest dam on the earth, and they are coming with hydroelectric power plant station whose capacity is 22,500 megawatt, which is very large. And we will be making a one similar type of hydroelectric power plant in our home with which we can glow at least 5-6 LEDs but the working or function will be the same. So now let us see how we can make our own hydroelectric power plant with which will generate electricity. Now let's move to next section. So kids, this is your kit. We will open this kit. Let's see what is inside this. You have a manual. So whatever theory we discussed is here in this leaflet. Then I will take out, this is plastic turbine, foam. Then we have two metal brackets, a plastic base, cable tags, a spoke with bush. So you have to remove all these 4 bushes, plastic bushes. I'm just keeping it here. One is extra. Then you have LED pouch and a plastic pouch with rubber band, dynamo, wire and few more material. In this tape, we need these 2 metal brackets, plastic base, nut and bolts. Remove all nuts and washers from the bolt. If you see this C-type bracket, you will see 2 holes here at the bottom, and on this L bracket, again you will see these on a shorter edge 2 holes and a longer edge 2 holes. So first of all, we need to attach these 2 things, or we can start with putting this on a plastic base. So first insert a washer in the bolt, and on this you have to insert this bolt from the hole which is at one edge. So in your kit you may find there are 3 holes on this base. Right now there are 2, but in some cases you will see another hole here. We need to fix this on the plastic base like this, matching with the edge. So from the bottom you will put a nut like this, and with the help of screwdriver we have to tighten it. So just insert it, hold it with your finger, and from another side you may need a screwdriver or tester from your home or from your kit. So just tighten it, and when you are tightening it, remember you are holding this nut with your one finger, holding the screwdriver like this, so that you have maximum amount of force applied perpendicular on the bolt. Make sure that this central hole is matching with this. Now And next thing, we have to attach this longer side, the first central hole from this side, with this central hole here. Now insert a washer in the bolt, put it in this hole, which is first from this side. Take this bolt and insert from the central hole. Make sure that it is coming from the bottom. Let me first insert and then show it to you. Like this. So you can see this, it has coming from the bottom side, and put the nut like this. Again the same process, hold with your finger and tighten it with the screwdriver. And lastly, still you will see this is moving. So to restrict this movement, again we have to use the nut, match with the hole. You may have to put a washer there. So put the washer, put this nut like this, hold it from the top side, and from the bottom just put the nut like this and tight it. So this is our basic structure for hydroelectricity model, like this. Now we have to fix this plastic turbine in this C bracket using spoke and bush, but don't forget to put rubber band. Make sure that you put rubber band in first step only. In this pulley you will find, if you see this turbine carefully, on one side nothing is there, but on another side we have a pulley here. So just put this rubber band in pulley, and we have to fix this using a spoke. Now insert spoke from one side, take a plastic bush. So this will be your step number 1. Then insert it through the hole. It will come gradually from another side. Once it comes from another side, again put a bush there and see, if you see it carefully, I am holding the bush like this. I am not putting my any of the finger on the spoke. Make sure that you are holding the bush, not the spoke from another side, or blocking its movement. And then insert this from another side, take it in the center like this, and then from other two sides you have to put 2 bushes in such a way that spoke will not be visible from these 2 sides, otherwise you will get hurt. Now you can adjust these pulleys. If this bush is touching the metal bracket, definitely it will create friction and obstruct the movement. So make sure that none of the plastic bush is touching the metal bracket, and the movement should be free like this. So this is what we needed, this free movement of the turbine. Here in this tape we have to attach a dynamo. Remember, this is not a motor. Many a times we say it as a motor, but this is a dynamo. Dynamo generates electricity, whereas in motor you have to give external supply to move it. You will see a pulley on the shaft of the dynamo. This pulley and the pulley on the turbine should be on the same side while you are attaching this dynamo. Many a times by mistake, if you attach this dynamo in this way, this pulley and this pulley are on the opposite side and we cannot connect them with a rubber band. So make sure that while you are attaching this, the pulley should be on the same side. It may be on this side or on this side, but remember they are on the same side. So how to connect this dynamo here? For that we have this cable tag. You must have seen this cable tag in any shopping mall. Don't try to insert it and pull it, otherwise your cable tag is wasted. Once it is locked, you cannot open it. If you see this cable tag carefully, we have smooth edge on this side and on another side we have rough edge. So you can listen to that sound. If I pull my nail on that rough edge, you can listen to this sound. But if I on another side, if I pull my nail, it is a smooth side. So always remember, from rough side will go into the hole for locking, otherwise this cable tag will not be locked. So how to lock it? So to lock it, first of all, what you need to do is we have to attach this with a dynamo. So put the dynamo here and this cable tag first insert from the upper hole. Make sure that the smooth edge is on the top while you are inserting from the upper side. Then take it out from the lower side. So in this case, the rough part is from inside. I repeat again, this pulley on the dynamo and pulley on the turbine should be on the same side, and then insert it. Now you will listen to that sound and tight this. You may put an additional tape if you have for sticking this dynamo with this metal frame if you feel, and this additional part you can cut with the scissor. And see, put this rubber band with these two pulleys. Now when you move this, dynamo should move. If you feel that they are not in same line, you can adjust the plane. So in this case, I can see this rubber band is going a little bit away from this. So I can do one thing. I will remove this pulley and will insert it opposite. So you will see the difference now. It is coming closer. So these all decisions you have to take when you are working. And this dynamo is connected with two wires. Now let us see how to connect LEDs with wires. Okay, now we will see how to glow LEDs with our hydroelectric power plant kit. So we have these 6 LEDs, a plastic strip with lot of holes and 2 aluminum foils. We will connect all these LEDs in parallel with each other. LED is a light emitting diode. You see any LED, the full form of LED is light emitting diode. Diode means it allows electricity to flow only in one direction. And LED has polarity. So if you see LED carefully, one leg is longer and one leg is shorter. So the longer leg is called as positive leg and shorter leg is called as negative leg of the LED. We will see how to connect these LEDs. But before we move, remember we have to connect all positive LEDs on one side and negative side of the terminal or negative or shorter leg of the LED on one side. So before that, we will see how to connect them with aluminum foil. So take this aluminum foil half here and fold it in such a way that half portion will come from this side and half portion is coming from this side. So you have to do it for this strip as well. You can do in either way also. Fold in half like this, press it and then just open a small mouth of it and slide it from both the sides like this. After this, we will join. Now for first instance, it will be difficult for you to hold it. Now see this LED. This is longer leg of the LED and this is shorter leg of the LED. In first, I am putting this longer leg on my left hand side and shorter leg on my right hand side like this. So once I insert it, take this leg from the bottom like this. Now I will show you from the bottom side. Press this leg like this, fold it and take it from the upside. Now can you tell me which is longer and which is shorter leg? I told you my left hand side was positive and right hand side was negative. Now when you connect next all 5 LEDs, you have to remember this thing. So again I am taking longer leg on the left hand side and shorter leg on the right hand side, pressing it again from the bottom side, press it from both the sides. So from the top it will come like this. You have to press these things because this aluminum foil should be in contact with the leg of the LED. So there should not be a loose contact or any gap. For that you have to press them hard and then connect all remaining LEDs in similar pattern. So I will just do it fast for you. So I am putting these LEDs and pressing. So you can connect 5 LEDs or 6 LEDs, it is your choice. So I am using all LEDs here like this. So the longer is on my left hand side. So once this is done, what we have to do is we will test if whatever we have done is correct or wrong, that we will check. Now I will take the previous thing what we have done earlier. You see these 2 wires coming from the dynamo, the red wire and black wire. So remove this red wire carefully. Now this is how you have to remove the insulation. Pull it. Now you will see lot of strands of the metal wire. We need to twist this wire. So hold this metal part of the wire in your 2 fingers and twist the wire. So all metal strands will be together. The similar thing you have to do for other side as well. For black one, pull the insulation and do it. By any chance, if you get a wire cut, I will show you that as well. So this is the thing and you don't have a metal part coming out of it. So how to remove this insulation? There are 2 ways. Either you can use your teeth, you can use a nail, or you can use a scissor. So I will show you first with the nail. So just by pulling it, I am able to remove this thing. But again, if you are not strong enough, what you can do? Just use any scissor and give a half cut like this. So by if any chance if your wire is cut, no need to worry. You have to fix your problem yourself. So remove this and pull this. So you will have again metal wire here. So hold the metal strands in your hand and twist the wire. So now you have 2 metal strands. If you remember, we have connected positive side on the left hand side and and right on the negative. So you have to just connect these 2 wires. So purposefully I will do it either way. So first of all I am going to connect it wrongly for you. So I will connect this black wire on this side, twist the wire, red side on this side. Now I have connected this. Now children, water is going to fall on this side, dynamo is on this side. So when water will fall, I said I will do it wrongly, but it is right. So this is water will fall on this side and LEDs will glow. What will happen if you connect these two wires on opposite side? So I will just change the polarity here, and now if I move this dynamo or turbine in the similar direction, now you can see LEDs are not glowing. Why LEDs are not glowing? I told you LED is a diode, light emitting diode, and it allows electricity to flow only in one direction. So generation of electricity is happening in dynamo, but LED is not allowing it to pass through from this side. So we have to change the direction of polarity here, or the change we can change the direction of dynamo. So instead of moving this side, if I move this side, now you can see LEDs are glowing. But remember children, we cannot put water on this side, because if we put water on this side, it will fall on our dynamo. So we always need that water should fall on this side and LEDs should glow. So I am going to change this direction here. So remember, you have to connect it properly. You can see it, these two wires. And one more thing, if you connect these LEDs wrongly, so some LEDs will glow, some will not glow. So that also you have to take care of. You have connected all positives on one side and all negative terminal of LED on other side. So now this is glowing. Now it's time to test it under water. So go in your washroom or any basin where you have a high pressure water tap. Hold it under water tap and LEDs will go. So this is how hydroelectricity power plant works. Now we will check under any water tap. So put this water turbine under any water tap with high pressure. You can see water is falling on the turbine, it is moving, and LED you can see glowing foam. You can adjust the tension of rubber band if it is not moving properly. If you put it under high pressure water tap, LEDs will go continuously. In this case, you can see they are blinking. Blinking means water pressure is not sufficient. That is why LEDs are blinking. But if you put it under high pressure water tap, LEDs will go continuously on. So kids, isn't it great that you have generated electricity on your own? But you might face some difficulties, that instead of holding it under tap water, LEDs are not glowing. So in that case, you have to do some troubleshoot. The first thing, this tension of the rubber band. This is moving quite freely, but when you put rubber band, so just stretch the rubber band. Make sure that you are not breaking the rubber band. Just stretch it so that it will have some elasticity and tension on the rubber band will be less. So do it like this and then put it on the pulley. If it is not working, now you can check for working. And lastly, what you have to do is remove this both side tape or double side tape. Put it on the black foam given in the kit like this. Remove the butter paper or release paper and you can paste it these two wires or the strip of LED like this. So you can hold it with your hand. Make sure that wire is not coming. And lastly, again you have to check these two wires are away from each other. They are not touching with each other metal part, otherwise it will be a short circuit and LEDs will not glow. Check for everything is okay. And lastly, again, if you hold it under a water tap, it should move. So young explorers, have fun doing this activity. Thank you.